take it away. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Chris, wherever you are on the other side of the world. Tonight, myself and a good friend of mine, George from Mallorca, Spain, are going to be talking about a company called LifeWave, and something that is taking the world by storm. Never mind a wave, life wave. This can be a tsunami wave that's spreading throughout the planet. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open up the slideshow and do screen sharing. And George, can you see it?
I can see, yes, indeed.
Fantastic. All right, let me go to slideshow and from beginning. Here we are.
Very nice.
All right, there we go.
Very
All
nice.
right, so let's kick it off and say to everybody, have you been patched yet? Have you been patched yet? Okay, George, take it away.
Okay, so guys, here we are, LifeWave X39. And the first question we want to ask you is, or we ask out loud, is why X39 stem cell activation patch? This little patch, about which you can see on the lady's back here, about the size of a quarter, a little bit bigger with the laminate around to stick it onto your back. Why do we use that? And well, because when you hit the age of 30, and I had no idea about this, half of one's stem cells become inactive, and by the time you're 60, you've got like 2 left. So as we age, things get progressively harder in one's body, and recovering from whatever becomes harder. So what happened there? We lost you?
No, I'm getting ready to put the video on.
Okay. So
Light.
We jumped straight to that.
A form of energy that goes back to the dawn of time. For us, it all begins with the sun, the source of light and life for our entire solar system. Even Einstein concluded that everything we're made of contains light. All life originates with the sun through photosynthesis. Plants and vegetation collect the light, and all living creatures emit light. Humans actually emit infrared light, which can be seen with night vision devices. We've known for centuries that light has many effects on the body. LifeWave's phototherapy patches use light to stimulate the body's natural healing systems, providing specific health benefits. Here's how the technology works. First, a patch is applied to specific points on the body. Where the patch covers the skin, infrared light emitted from the body is reflected back into the tissue. This stimulates the skin, which in turn stimulates specific regions of the brain. The brain then taps into the body's own natural flow of energy and the ability to heal itself. Let's take a look at why this is important on a cellular level. For example, a number of our patch products help counteract free radicals, oxygen molecules that damage cell proteins and contribute to visible signs of aging. When the body is stimulated through phototherapy to release its own antioxidants, these free radicals are neutralized naturally.
So after seeing that video, then the question is, how does it do what it does? So after 10, 11 years of research, David Schmidt, who has doctorates but not a medical doctor, he worked on stimulating a copper peptide which is called GHK-Cu, and he discovered that if one stimulates that copper peptide, that in turn reactivates our stem cells. So we are not using anything that's, what I knew about stem cells, where they were often made with aborted fetuses and stolen placenta. I wasn't interested at all. These patches are made with organic nanocrystals, which are formulated from oxygen, hydrogen, and amino acids. And They are, in this case, in the case of this patch, they're formulated to resend a frequency back into your body, which activates this copper peptide, and that in turn reactivates the stem cells. So the LifeWave, what is very interesting to me, is a company that's been around for 19, 20 years. Super interesting. It's not like set up yesterday. Also, LifeWave is not something that's been put together by an entrepreneur who's looking for a product to take to market and work with and create a network. This is the founder and CEO who developed this technology. I came across them in 2008 with their first patch called Energy Enhancer, but they've gone from 20-30 million to 280 million, 300 million in the last 3 years, actually, open in over 80 countries, and with a projection of tripling the sales in the next 3 years. Why will that happen? Because the result with X39 is so powerful that people naturally tell other people. One person sees what's happening to their friend, to their neighbor, to their family member, and they say, I want that too. So this is something very exciting to somebody who wants to work with LifeWave and talk about it. Okay.
Oh, that's it. You know, you talk about word of mouth. Word of mouth is the fastest way of marketing any product in the world, because of people getting real testimonies. So we all a true testament of that on this call.
So David Schmidt, here he is. And just to let you know, guys, if you've got emails from LifeWave Corporate, you will have a link to a webinar he's giving now at the end of this call on supporting the heart. He has over 130 patents, something that I didn't know. Chris the other day told me a patent, each patent, he wanted to do a patent for one of his products, is like $1 million. So 130 patents is a lot of money. He's a visionary, scientist and inventor. Twice he's received Advanced Technology Award from the International Hall of Fame. For me, he's very humble and yeah, wonderful man. So the patents on X39, I believe it was July 2020. July 220. There it is, X39 220. I was remembering from another presentation. So, you know, this is very, very exciting. It's something new. It's something protected, which is great to work with. And it's something that has such a great effect. It's going to be everywhere in a few years. So that's another thing why I'm busy working with LifeWave and telling everybody about it.
You know, like you say, George, this is not a Me Too product. You know, we're not talking about my powder is better than your powder and my pill's better than yours because it's got this. LifeWave is unique. It's different. This is a product that is literally in a league of its own. And I don't think people realize the power of having a patent behind your product, and especially 130 patents.
So when we activate our stem cells, the various things happen, and they can happen quickly. They can happen in 2 hours, 2 days, 2 weeks. And rapid pain relief is one. Reduced inflammation, not inflation. Everybody's talking about inflation. Inflammation, reduced inflammation. It supports wound healing. One has a lot more energy and vitality. Mental clarity is something people notice very quickly. Enhances sports performance, faster recovery from exercise, and improves skin appearance. I can attest to all of those. It's happened for me. Just want to say, David Schmidt always says, protocol is 90 days. So even if you don't see a result in 2 hours, 2 days, 2 weeks, just stay with it, because the results, they are there and they come. And yeah.
You know, I can also agree with you, George. The mental clarity one, the top right, is something that took 5 days to kick in for me. I don't know if anybody's ever had that feeling of that brain fog. You know, your brain feels like you're just not thinking straight. After 5 days, I was looking outside and the trees looked greener, the sky looked bluer. It was amazing. It felt like this veil had been lifted off me, and that was in 5 days. Okay, I wasn't jumping around like an Energizer bunny. That took about a month for my energy levels to start kicking in, but otherwise I can agree with you on all 8 of these, but it's taken a good 2 months for all of them to kick in. So I agree with you there, George.
Have you cut down your coffee?
Yes, I have. I've gone from about 12 cups of coffee a day. I'm down to about 6. So I've actually halved my coffee intake. Yeah, I'm impressed.
So here we go. Long-term results. First few days, 4,000 genes begin to reset, and that can have a very dramatic effect in our bodies. Within 6-week brain balanced, decreases symptoms of PTSD, anxiety, depression. We have a lady, I don't know if she's on the call yet, but she also has load shedding. Oh yes, Elodie will maybe be able to talk about that in a minute with her mother. Within 3 months, collagen is increased, less wrinkles. People say to me, "You're looking younger than ever. What is it you do?" People report hair growth. My daughter is delighted because her nails, which she went to dermatologist last year because they were breaking all the time, they're now strong, and she's super happy about that. Structural integrity, skeletal integrity in the muscular systems. And within 6 months, they did a study where 14 out of 15 people, and they used a machine, I don't know the name of the machine, but really to see that, with an average decrease in vascular age of 8 years. That's astounding in my view. And David Schmidt says it's not anti-aging, it's age reversing, which is super.
I tell you what, at this rate, after 3 years, when I go out to a restaurant, I'm ordering for the kiddies menu. If you're de-aging 8 years every 6 months.
So for people who want to dive into X39, understand it, see more, on this site, which goes into many languages, but there are 2 big buttons to turn into Spanish, turn into English quickly. You have the short video, a long video explaining the technology. You have links to the clinical trials. You have testimonials by different people. So I recommend you write down that URL, startx39.com. Okay, how do we wear the patch, Chris?
Right. Well, the first you got two points where you can put it. This is where your nerve endings are, which is the most important part. You put it at the back of your neck, or you can put it 3 fingers below your belly button. Now, this is where the case studies were done with people during the course of the day. So it's 12 hours on during the day and 12 hours off. So you should not keep it on for longer than 12. Sometimes I stretch it to 14 hours because I put it on in the morning and take it off before I go to bed. But you must remember to take it off. It has the same effect, you know, if you have a cup of coffee, you feel the stimulation, you can feel you've had a bit of caffeine. But if you're drinking a cup of coffee every hour, you don't really feel it until you've taken a break for about maybe 6-7 hours, and then you feel that kick with the coffee. So it sort of works on the same principle for it to be more effective. And now also, this is just where it's recommended to put the patch. If you've got extreme pain in a certain area, which a lot of people have used it, you can actually put the X39 directly on the source of the pain. A friend of mine, Wilson, his mom had very, very, very bad back pain. In fact, beginning of last year, she went for an injection, which cost 20,000 Rand. That's dollars wise, that's about $1,000 to $1,400. And they said it would last the whole year to take her back pain away. And unfortunately, it only lasted for 7 days. And they said, sorry, there's nothing we can do. You can take another injection if you like for 20,000 Rand, which they didn't have the money for another 20,000. By June last year, Wilson's mom was actually bedridden. She wasn't able to get out of bed. And I introduced Wilson to LifeWave end of last year, and he ordered his sleeve of patches. Here we go, the X39, a sleeve, 30 patches in here. And he went down to Cape Town at the end of last year in December, and he put the patch directly on the pain area at the bottom of her back. And within half an hour, she was able to get out of bed. 2 hours after that, the pain had completely disappeared. And this is a person that was not able to actually even get out of bed. And in all this time, up until now, she is pain-free. And I spoke to Wilson's mom on the phone on a video call about 3 weeks ago. What an emotional call when I listened to Wilson's mom saying, Chris, thank you very much for changing my life. And that's what we're doing with these patches. We're changing people's lives.
So, well, I remember that she'd been on her back for 6 months and not been able to get out of bed. Yep. This is astounding. So, look, we have so many testimonies. Here are a few, and 21 days, the difference. These are kind of small pictures, so I think we should just continue here. Here, okay, this is easier to see. Somebody with a wound on their arm, 12 days later with X39. The healing is tremendous after being stitched. And yeah, so what happens when we reactivate the stem cells? Our body, we recover the healing abilities we've lost. And antioxidant levels go down, while simultaneously inflammation is reduced and collagen production is enhanced. So this is an example of result. I think there's some more coming up. This is very interesting. They did a study with participants between, I think it was the age of 50 years old and 80 years old. A 6-week study using X39 or behind the neck or below the belly button, 12 hours a day on and 12 hours off. And then they used something called a P3 EEG machine. And what they did was they took a scan before they started any X39, after 3 weeks and after 6 weeks. And here you can see that the inflammation is reduced dramatically after 3 weeks and continues to reduce after 6 weeks. And that would bring me to say that the effect of the X39 in the body is continuous and accumulative. So as time goes by, what we said before about age reversal, vascular age dropping by 8 years, this is accumulative. So on we go. Here's a lady with 1 month with X39. You can see her wrinkles are less. This is 45 days with X39. This gentleman, looks like he had a very dramatic situation. 2 weeks later, 7 weeks later, his face is completely different. This child with almost losing the tip of the finger, 21 days later. Impressive. And this is also, this person uses X39 and Alavida. Alavida is another one of the patches. I think there's a microphone on, which I'm going to unmute out. Alavida uses one of the, Alavida is another one of the patches produced by LifeWave. It supports collagen. So this lady has used X39 together with the Alavida patch, and the effect is really dramatic in her face. Okay, this lady was going to have surgery for these bags and what they call skin tag bumps. And after 5 months of use of X39, you can see the change in her face. She didn't need the surgery. Okay, this is very, very interesting. When David Schmidt was at the beginning of a business. He thought, how am I going to market it? He hadn't thought of, I watched an interview with him and he wasn't at all going to do anything to do with network marketing. But what happened? He was on a plane talking to somebody who happened to be a network marketer, who said to him, look, this is really interesting. Can I introduce you to a friend of mine, a doctor in California, who said to him, wow, I would like to introduce you to another doctor friend of mine, who said, who was working with the Olympic coach for the Olympic team, for the swimming team. So he found, 3 weeks later, he found himself patching the Olympic swimmers. And he thought, you know what, this worked mouth to mouth, person to person. I'm going to do my business like that. So yeah, when we all know what the results were for that team of swimmers. So I really like this story. David Beckham, everybody I guess knows David Beckham, even though I'm not a football follower particularly. Both of these guys, Phelps and Beckham, both using Energy Enhancer, the first patch that LifeWave created. Here we have a basketball guy also using Energy Enhancer, Sean May. And here, interestingly, Lorenzo Savadori, Superbike champion, using X39 on his forehead because he says it helps his concentration. And I'm a motorbiker and do very long rides. And one of these days, I think I'll stick one on my head as well, just to try.
I've got the silent night one here. That's the one for sleeping. And before I go to sleep at night, about 5 minutes before going to sleep, I patch it on my head. And it's quite funny when I wake up in the morning, I'm like half asleep, and as I take the patch off, I go, okay, this is awake now. I
haven't tried,
baby.
Haven't tried that, but because sleeping was never my problem, it was waking up. So X39 has been great because I wake up in action.
Oh, Lucinda was just saying now, she just said, since putting the patches on, it's helping with my snoring. My snoring has gone down. So she's happy about that.
That's what I'm told. I'm told that. I have no idea because I've never heard myself snore, but I don't. So this is also very interesting to me because if one decides to work with, we have all the health results and want to continue to talk to as many people as possible about the patches, but the company also rewards us for doing that. And one of the things I wanted to find was really what is the worldwide market for stem cells, and is it growing? Because this is also very interesting when one makes a decision to work with something in a network. So this is the site I found, globalreviewresearch.com or globalviewresearch.com. So the stem cell market is 12 billion. And in the US in 2021, 4 billion, set to triple by the end of the decade. So, excuse me, I need to drink some water.
That's another thing. When being on the patches, you need to keep hydrated. So it's very important that you actually double your intake of water. If you're normally used to drinking a liter of water a day, get yourself up to 2.5 liters. That's why I've got my water with me all the time. And if a person is not getting the results that they actually desire from the patches, I was reading up on it the night before last. One of the biggest reasons is dehydration. So if you want to get the most efficiency out of the patches, make sure you're very, very hydrated.
So when one decides to work with a network, one thing that's really important is to know that the product is a good product. So we have that here. We also have a product that's unique and patented. But what we also have here is a market that's a growing market. There's plenty of room for us as individuals to develop or financial stability or huge amounts of money coming in every week. By the way, we receive our money every week, which I love. Okay, continue, please, sir.
All right, so let's notch it to the next level. Hey, George, you're talking about the importance of a a product that is patented in the network marketing industry. And that's the decision that David made. You know, LifeWave started off in retail and started getting a couple of sales going. And, you know, you've got to spend a fortune on TV, general marketing, offices, reps, staff, rents, you name it. And, you know, he made a decision to rather go the network marketing industry route. You know, this is the fastest way to educate people, because once people get involved, there's so much training in the industry that there's nobody better to explain a product like this than word of mouth, people by people. And, you know, network marketing is the fastest growing industry in the world. That is fact. And right now, LifeWave is within the top 50 growing companies in the USA. So we are in the right place at the right time with the right product. You know, companies hit what you call a tipping point or exponential curve. And that's when you talk about being at the crest of the wave, excuse the pun. But 2 years ago, well, basically since the launch of X39, which is really the holy grail, it's the flagship product of X39. It's, I call X39 the heat-seeking missile. It kind of like goes into your body, it just sort of resets and fixes everything. And that's the product that's really putting LifeWave onto the map, because if you have a look at a company in the last 2 years has 10 times its turnover, and they're projecting to be doing $1 billion turnover by 2025. So we're right at the bottom of the wave that's ready to take off. So the time is now. Make a move. Are you serious about your dreams? What other options do you have? Do you want to be pain-free and financially free? Pain-free and financially free. And this is the two things that we're talking about. We're talking about health and wealth. Now, you know, it's one thing to create wealth. Yes, it's very important. Money is as important as air. You need it. It's something that you need to live in this world that we live in. But we tend to put all of our time into creating wealth and forget about our wealth, our health. And then later on in life, we end up spending all of our money to regain our health. So start looking after it now. So you're probably thinking to yourself, right, how do you get started? Where would you start? I like what I see here. These patches look absolutely amazing. So getting started is, we have what we call a bronze kit. This is your, if you want to call it the entry level. This is if you want to dip your toe in the water and think, you know what, let me try this product out. I'd really like to. The bronze kit is $124, and that gives you one sleeve of X39. Now a sleeve has got 30 patches. Here we go. There's 30 patches in a sleeve. I had people ask me the other day, Chris, you're talking about a sleeve. What is a sleeve? So I thought I'd just show this to everybody. That's how it comes. Then the most popular kit is the silver kit. Now this one is $299. Let's call it $300, and that gives you 3 sleeves of X39. We've got the gold kit, which is $499, gives you 5.5 sleeves. Now you're probably thinking, right, what's 5.5? Do you cut one of the sleeves in half? No, it will give you 5 sleeves of X39 and one of the other products, for example, the LifeWave or the Sleepy one. That's one of the other ones in the product range. Then we've got the platinum, which is $999, gives you 12 sleeves. And then lastly, we have diamond, which is 1,599 Rand. That gives you 19 sleeves. So these are the different options of getting started. Now, what does this give you? It means that you have enrolled and you're a member of LifeWave, which means that you are able to then purchase the product at wholesale price. And then if you're purchasing wholesale price, it means you're getting it at a cheaper price. And you also have the option to on-sell it, and that's where you make a retail profit. But it also gives you the opportunity to build a structure. Like I said, this is a network marketing company, and we're going to show you very briefly how the compensation plan works. I'm going to
So just wanted to add, on the last one you said rand. It's not rand, it's dollars.
Oh, did I say rand?
Yeah, you did. So just in case somebody, so that's number one. And number two, any one of these packs can be reconfigured. So you don't, if you want to have 3 of one and have some other sleeves, you can change it, but it doesn't have to be 12 of platinum, of X39 in platinum. It could be 6 of X39 and whatever other ones you choose to get. But that's, yeah, okay.
Awesome. So then, once you register then in the system, there's 4 ways of making money or making a commission. The first one is product introduction bonus. So what does this mean? Even if you've registered as a bronze, silver, or gold, irrelevant to the level that you've joined at, but if you share LifeWave with other people and they join, let's call it at bronze, you're going to receive a product introduction bonus of $15. That's LifeWave saying, thank you for sharing the product, thank you for sharing the business to somebody else. And you get rewarded immediately for the work that you put in. As George mentioned, you get paid weekly, which is so cool. I saw the commissions came through last night, and I did the transfer on my wallet, and the money was in my South African bank account at 9 o'clock this morning without fail. So these guys are jacked up, they're on the board, you get paid on time every week. All right, if a person joins and they register as silver, you're going to get $50 commission. If they join at gold, you're going to get $100 commission. Platinum, you'll get $150. And if you get a person that registers or enrolls as a diamond, you get $200 commission. Now, what I did was when I joined, when George shared LifeWave with me, I joined at bronze straight away. And he was putting pressure on me. You put pressure on me to join.
No, because look, if you're thinking of doing this, but you don't have all the money, join today and get a bronze pack at least. Why? Because if you are in the matrix, I said to Chris, it was a Thursday, if you come in as bronze, even he said, I want to come in as silver, and I'll do that on Monday. I said, no, come in on bronze today. It was Thursday, because I know who's coming in over the weekend. So forever on in the future, he's got those people below him in the matrix, and he gets benefit of all their points and all the points of everybody in their descendancy who's down below them in the structure. So if you're thinking of joining, but you obviously, in my case, I wanted to be diamond. I had a hard November coming up, so I joined as gold and took the first commissions and went to platinum, and the next commissions and went to diamond. And then I realized when I'd done that then every single penny that comes in every week is into my weekly economy, which is great. So I will add this. This company, unlike other companies, lets you upgrade, only paying the difference between one kit and another. Doesn't make you buy the whole kit, which I've seen. Something I was involved in. I went in, let's say it was gold, and then I wanted to upgrade, and they told me, no, you have to buy the whole next kit as if it was brand new. And I'm going, nope, I'm out of here. This is not fair to me. So I find this to be incredibly fair. So for example, one of my friends, he was silver, he introduced a diamond, he received $200, and he used that $200 to upgrade to gold. So, yeah.
Now, thank you for that, George. I really appreciate what you did for me on that Thursday, because what I did was I registered bronze on the Thursday. I think on Saturday, I already upgraded to the silver, because what was so cool is I only paid in the difference. And then I think about 2 weeks later after that, I've gone up to gold, and I'm going to be going up to platinum by this weekend. So I'm over the moon, because what I'm also doing is using the commissions that I'm earning to get myself up to the higher levels. Why is diamond important? The moment you get to diamond, you'll be getting X39 at a cheaper price. You'll be getting X39 for the rest of time for $84 instead of $99. That's a $15 saving per sleeve of X39. So that's cheaper for your own consumption, or cheaper if you actually on selling it, you're making a bit more of a profit. For the moment you hit diamond, for the first 90 days, the first 3 months, that will cover your minimums per month. And what will also happen is every time you register a diamond, you're not going to
for 3 months. It'll cover your minimum for 3 months.
Yeah. And every time that you register a diamond, you will be getting a commission, a bonus of $500. So
again, for the first 3 months.
For 3 months. So that's $1,500, not too shabby. That basically pays for your membership right up to diamond. All right, so very quickly, the compensation plan. This is the most simple structure I've ever seen in my life. The last time I did network marketing with a product was 25 years ago. I was 22 years old. I was still pretty young. And that was a traditional, what you call multi-level, uni-level structure, which meant that you just had to like sign up a whole lot of people, and there was no such thing as spillover. Everybody was sort of independent of each other. What I love about a binary structure is everybody's helping each other. So you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. So you got two legs. You got a left team and you got a right team. And you can earn commissions up to $25,000 per week on the binary. And there are a lot of people in our teams that are doing that in a very short time frame. That's what happens when you've got a structure that is product led. And that's what I love about LifeWave, is you're not talking to a person, hey, how you doing? I've got a business opportunity to share with you. Oh my goodness. People are running for the hill. People are over and done with that. People, when you're approaching a person with the product and a product that works, the business side starts to follow organically, naturally on its own. That's what I really enjoy. All right, so now I'm going to play a quick video where we've got Onyx Cole, which I'll tell you more about it afterwards. But Onyx Cole is the person who put Start X39 together and put the system in place called 331, which I'll go into a bit more detail. But I just touched on the business side of it. Let Onyx do it. She does an awesome job. This is about 5 minutes.
We're going to talk a little bit about the compensation plan. And this sheet of paper is found on the QF for Quantum Field Team, TEAM Biz, BIZ.com. You all want to write that site down, because that is basically your center focus, where you're going to go when you want to learn how to build business and you want to help your people build business. I know what's going on right now. All of you all are in your black books calling everybody you know, and they're getting in because it's you that's calling, and your ignorance on fire. And I'm encouraging you, be ignorance on fire as long as possible. You don't need to know everything to build this business. When I started, I just started texting people. I didn't even have a patch in my hand. I worked off of the testimonial of my sponsor. And 5 days. It wasn't like she had been in for very long, but she had already had a huge testimonial. So in this opportunity, I encourage all of you, lead with the patch. Lead with the patch. These stem cells, this product is amazing. David's got more than 100 patents, more than 80 scientific studies, so you can lead with it. And it comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee for your distributors and a 90-day money-back guarantee for your customers. Now, the compensation plan, a lot of you have asked about it. If you go to the QFteambiz.com website, one of the steps, which I believe is step number 8, is compensation plan. And there's longer videos on there that you all can watch if you want to see a longer video. So this little sheet is there in the compensation plan section. So you can download this sheet and print this sheet for yourself. One of the ways that we get paid is called the Product Introduction Bonus, PIB. And so that is based on whatever kit your people come in at. So it's based on your personals. So if they come in on 1 sleeve, it's a bronze. If it's 3 sleeves, it's a silver. If it's 5 sleeves, it's a gold. And it goes up to 11 and to 19 sleeves. So you'll see in this product introduction sheet, if you put in a bronze, you make $15. If you put in a silver, you make $50. And it goes all the way up to $200 as a diamond. You put in a diamond unless you yourself are a diamond. So one of the cool things is, I tell everyone when you get started in this business, is your goal is to bring 3 people in as diamond. And the reason that is because when you come in as a diamond, for that 90 days, you're also qualified as a senior director, which means everyone you personally sponsor on a diamond kit, you will earn a $500 bonus. So if you bring in a minimum of 3 people as diamonds in that first 90 days, you will have basically earned your product back. So now all of your sampling product becomes free. So I think this is fantastic. And a lot of people in this team have already had huge product introduction bonus payouts in their first week in the business. So it's wonderful. Okay, second section of the business is the binary commissions, which we call cycle bonus. Most people know about this. This is a left team and a right team. Binary means what? 2. So you're going to build 2 teams. Everybody, including myself, builds 2 teams. And I always say, even if you end up on a power leg, which I did not, I wanted to build 2 teams. Even if you do, I encourage you to put people into the power leg, because you always want to be in control of your own business. That's just what I think anyway, in terms of building a binary. But this is a 1/3, 2/3 binary. So when you have 330 points on your lesser leg and 660 points on your greater leg, corporate pays you a $50 cycle bonus. So they subtract those points out of the left team and the right team, and they pay you a $50 cycle bonus. Now you can cycle hundreds of times in a week. In fact, you can cycle all the way up to $25,000 a week in cycle bonus, which is huge, absolutely huge. So it's the bulk. That is like the bulk of the compensation plan. So it's a 1/3, 2/3 binary. And at the bottom of that sheet, you'll see right here, this is the cap on cycle bonus based on your paid as rank for that week. As a manager, you can earn up to $1,500 a week just in cycle bonus. Okay, so that is cycle bonus. Gen match. Now, when I got here, I thought this is really strange because it's only 3 generations. And I said to David, who is the founder and the owner and CEO, after being here for about 8 weeks, I called David up and I said, I really like this. And he said, what do you mean? And I said, I really like that it's 3 generations because it's keeping us all honest. What it's saying is keep sponsoring, keep your personals for yourself. You're going to earn 25% of their cycle bonus, all of your sponsors. So I put in a player one time and he said to me, wait a minute on this. So if I sponsor 4 people and they all max out cycle bonus, so they each make $25,000 a week, I make $6,250 a week per person. So I'll make another $25,000 a week just on 1 generation. I was like, yeah. So what I said to David is one of the reasons that I like this is even when you're getting started in the business, you're not making $1 or $2 in generational match. You'll find very quickly within weeks, many of you will make 50, $100 on your first generation. You're like, wow, I'm like weeks into this business and look at it going already. So first generation is 25%, second generation is 20%, and third generation is 20%. There is no cap currently on generational match. Right now, it is unlimited. The next way that you can get paid is retail profits. And that is basically if you have somebody that's going to come in as a customer, they can come in as a retail customer, and it's written right there, or they can come in as a preferred customer. And based on what they come in, we'll decide the bonus that you're going to earn. See that right there at the top left of the screen? If you can find it right there, qfteambiz.com, step 8 comp plan. We're going to talk a little bit about the compensation.
Okie dokie. Now this part over here, I think this is where the penny has kind of dropped for me tonight while watching this. You know, sometimes you got to watch something about 5 times for it to really sink in. And while I was watching it tonight, I think I've had a light bulb moment. Oh my word. How powerful is that, George?
I'm glad to hear that. I've been trying to explain this one to you, but if you didn't get it till now, your head must be exploding because Javi explained it to me one day before. Javi explained it to me. I went, wow.
Oh my word.
It's basically unlimited, and you can have so much fun helping people with getting to those positions.
This is beyond powerful, George. Thank you. I'm gonna have insomnia tonight. I'm gonna have to put like 4 patches on my head because this is what you call excitement insomnia.
But you see, this is what makes it really why one helps everybody as much as one can. Doesn't matter whether they're in your line or whether they're down below you in the matrix, but also when they're in your first, second, and third line. It's very interesting to help them and teach them to help everybody else.
Wow, wow, wow. Well, this is what Onyx was talking about. This is the build331.com website.
They changed the name of it. They changed the URL to make it much easier.
Yeah.
QFteam.com was hard, so people get it. Build331.com.
The same way. I was just going to say what she was talking about there leads to this website, the build331.com. This is basically your business in a box. It's got every single tool that you could absolutely imagine. What Onyx has done is, she created the quantum field team that we all 4 in, and that was 3 years ago. And the quantum field team is the fastest growing team in the whole of LifeWave. And the reason for that is because Onyx has put a duplicatable system in place. People don't realize the importance of a duplicatable system that you're able to follow. That's what's going to help with the duplication and the growth. So have a quick look at this. This is the startx39.com website that we're talking about. It's the product site. Then on Facebook, what you do is you actually search. You search for Quantum Field X39 team. I think there's about nearly 40,000 people on that site. Very cool, very interactive. This is where a lot of testimonies get shared. This is where people ask questions, and there's a lot of people answering them. Then the YouTube channel, which I've subscribed to. I get a notification every day when something new comes on. That's the Onyx Cole Network Marketing. You can search for on YouTube as well. And then also there's a secondary one on Facebook called Quantum Field X39 Team Testimonials. So do a search for that as well. And then obviously I just spoke about the build331.com website. And then from a training point of view, myself and George and Harvey, he's on the call. He'll chat now, and we do meetings every single Wednesday. That is South African time at 8 o'clock, and then we do trainings every Thursday. So tomorrow, George and I are going to be going through